this is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And thanks to the folks at Perfect Effects, today we'll be taking a look at the new PE-DX01 RC and the PE-DX01B RC Battle Motobots. Now, I would also like to send out a very special thanks to the folks at Kapow Toys, who helped to facilitate this review between me and Perfect Effects. Now, as you can see, we have both of them here, taking a look at the pink version or just the regular DX01. You have a nice open look right here. Very kind of cool. I love the way that this motorcycle looks. I mean, that is really freaking awesome looking. Absolutely love it. Definitely has kind of like a Cybertronian looking, kind of like a Tron feel to it. Spin around here on the side, just got some pictures, nothing too spectacular going on there. Some nice details here on the back. Shows that she comes with 2 swords, 2 laser guns, and a long-range sniper rifle. And you can see her in some dynamic action poses, her motorcycle mode, her Motobot mode. Very, very cool. Absolutely awesome looking. Now, this one is a very kind of nostalgic feel for me, mostly because, I mean, RC was always pink, so I like that. This one here, though, is probably going to be my favorite. I really love the blue color on here. And I really do have to thank the Transformers Prime show because of that. It's really made me appreciate RC in this kind of blue look. But you see same kind of packaging down here. Flip around here on the back as well. Comes with the same weapons, the 2 swords, the 2 laser guns, and 1 long-range sniper rifle. Very, very cool. I'm definitely really excited about these. I do love the fact that they really do a nice job of kind of modernizing RC and giving us a kind of cool alternate look for her that, is kind of somewhere in between G1 and Transformers Prime. So let's get these 2 open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have the Motobots open up and out of their packaging. And as you can see, the DX01 I just have regular in the motorcycle mode, whereas the DX01B I have in the really cool robot mode. Now just real quick in terms of a size comparison, I just wanted to show off that this is the new Retaliation Snake Eye figure, part of their 3 3/4 inch line, and you can see that it scales very nicely with this new motorcycle. Very kind of cool, and definitely appreciate and really do like that. Now in addition to all the stuff that you get, you also get this comic book with it, with a nice kind of artistic drawing here on the front. You got that also on the back. I'm not going to go through specifically and highlight things because I want you guys to be surprised when you actually get yours. But just kind of flipping through real quick, you get some nice artwork right all the way through. Absolutely awesome looking. Nothing too spectacular, but it gives a little bit of a story, and it says to be continued. So when you get yours, you'll get to see the entire details. Now, in addition to that, you also get the instruction manual, which, I'll be totally honest, is really kind of, there's some parts in here that are really kind of confusing. And I'll definitely do my best to kind of show that to you guys later on. But there's your instructions, nothing too complicated, but like I said, there are some parts in here that do get a little bit tricky, and the instructions really don't explain what to do very well. One thing I will say about these, they are absolutely loaded with accessories. That is one thing that I think is absolutely wonderful about this set. Now, honestly, Motobot is a little bit of a parts former, especially when you're putting her into the actual motorcycle form. That being said, though, the motorcycle form is really very cool. Like I said, definitely has a Tron look. Now, this isn't supposed to be there. This is actually supposed to be kind of up in there, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But it also pegs in there, which I like a little bit more than up inside there. Zooming in here on DX01, you can see some really nice detail all the way throughout this. Some actual nice painted detail as well. Absolutely awesome looking. So very cool. This absolutely does have a very alien look to it. And like I said, it does have a very Tron look. But when you're looking at this, I mean, you don't really notice that this is a robot or anything like that. It hides so much so very well. I mean, you can kind of see the hands right here, but even that's not all that terribly bad, to be totally honest with you. I mean, everything on here is hidden very nicely, so I love what they've done with this. This is a wonderfully engineered figure, and I'm very thrilled to actually have it. It's just so very cool. Now, he does have wheels, she have wheels, and she rolls very nicely. And obviously, the pink color is a lot more reminiscent of how she looked in G1. So some people may actually like this a little bit more, specifically to display in like a classics shelf, where I really think that something like this really will shine. The transformation for Motobot is really not all that difficult to do. The biggest problem really is the instructions, and some parts are very unclear about what you really need to do. So first, to transformer, what you want to do, just come around here. You're going to be taking apart a lot of stuff. Take this off right on the side, flip around here on this side, untab this, and this will come out as well. Set that off to the side for right now. Now these little bits right here, you can also remove these. You can start assembling the big giant gun. Take that out like so. These swords actually, they plug in here, and you can see that that's the pink sword. This is actually really tough to do, especially on this one. You really have to kind of push from the bottom to get it to pop out. But once you do, it slides right out very easily. Like I said, just pop on the bottom. Kind of stretch that out, pop that through the bottom, and it sounds like it's going to break, but they're pretty secure. And then just fold that out, and now you have the pink sword, which it's kind of hard to see, but we'll show that off a little bit better later on. Fold that out just like so. We're going to set those off to the side. This big giant gun right here, we're going to start forming, so just extend this bit out just like so. This is going to come down here on the bottom. That's going to plug in, and then just straighten these up just like so, and we're going to put that off to the side as well. Then come around here to the side, untab these, untab these. Again, we're going to be creating the giant gun, so fold this bit out, pop that into place like so. Do that on this side as well. Pop that out, and then, well, actually, yeah, that's what you want to do. And then rotate these around, and then this little bit right here, you're going to plug in like so. It's kind of hard to get in there. There we go. Just like that. And then come around here, take this bit right here, and then actually you wanna, did I do that entirely wrong? I might have. Hold on. All right, we got it like so. Then we're gonna take this, we're gonna plug this in like that. Did I have it like that? I might have, I don't know. But that's how you want it. And then just take this, plug that into the bottom, just like that. Then take this, put that off to the side, and take this section here, untab this. And these are going to be her guns and such. You can just leave them like that. Fold this little bit down like so. Just kind of put that off to the side for right now. Then you have this section here. You just want to untab this, untab this, so you have it kind of looking rather weird, but not too bad. Rotate this down, rotate that around. And I absolutely love that you can have her have little wheels if you really wanted to. I mean, that's just my own little self-indulgence, but I think it's kind of neat. Take this section here, and this part is actually part of the tricky part. This part actually clicks into place up here very securely, and that's hard to do when you're first doing it. And you need to do that. If it does not lock into place, again, we'll get into it when I transfer her into the actual motorcycle, you won't be able to rotate these knee pads. So you definitely need to do that. Like right now, these are up here. This will not rotate. This section right here, and this actually detaches so that you don't break it, because it will break if you don't unhook this. So that detaches, then this will spin around. It's kind of a, yeah, see, and it's still a little stiff to actually do it. Oh, shoot. There we go. All right, we got that fixed. But I love the fact that that actually comes off very easily. So like I said, you don't break it. And then just kind of straighten out these legs, position these really kind of how you want, and those are legs. Rotate her around here at the waist section. Just kind of, well, this is going to be down like this. Lift it up a little bit, rotate that around. You can swivel her arms out here, and then rotate this all the way back. Then separate this, and her head will be revealed right down there. Then rotate this section all the way around. You can bring this back down, or straighten that up, bring that back down, and this will actually groove in a spot right here. Zooming in so you can see that a little bit better. You see these little tabs here and here. They're going to slot right underneath here. They're going to kind of hook in there. So just angle this down and then push it in just like so. These arms were down like that. Just rotate these up, rotate them around like so. Straighten out her hands, rotate that around
as well. Now this part's actually a little bit tricky, kind of, because, well, mostly because I don't have fingernails. You gotta stick your fingernail inside there, and it extends the little side bits here on her head. And now she's got a little definition there in the head, which is really kind of hard to see because of the white background, but there you have that. Straighten that out just like so. Now we're gonna pretty much finish her look, and I'm trying to get her to stand up straight. Come around to these little bits, kind of fold this out, rotate this down, and that's gonna tuck inside there, kind of put that little kickstand up. Angle these, and then these are going to plug into her back right there, and then, well, actually it goes on the other side. Sorry. There you go. Right like so. And then this one as well. Well, first take this off, and that's where it was. This right here goes on the top. This is her little scope sort of thing for there. And now you have the big giant gun pretty much done. Straighten this out so I can just have it sitting right there. Do the same thing with this little bit here. Fold this section out, slide that through and tuck that in. Kind of position this, plug this in here, kind of rotate these out. Now this section right here actually lifts up here on the back. Then you take this little bit, rotate this around actually, and there's a little tab that folds out. If I can get it with my lack of fingernail. There you go. So you have that little nub right there that plugs into her back, just like so, and that kind of dangles down. Fold that down, and then you can take these swords, like I said, slide these through here, slide these through here, position these back a little bit more, like so, and now you have the DX01 in her actual robot mode. As for the DX01B, I could see where a lot of people will love to have this displayed with their Transformer Prime figures, but honestly, to me, this is not going to be on my Transformer Prime shelf at all. It's a nice color that really does kind of look like that RC, but this version of the Motobot I just think is a really nice coloration of the original, kind of giving you that Prime look, but still very classic. And without no hesitation at all, these guys are going to go in my classics display. Now, zooming in here on the DX01B, you can see some really cool detail. I'm going to get her gun out of the way, but very cool kind of detail that you see on here. Now, one thing that I'm going to show off on this one that I'm not going to show off on the pink one because I actually lost it, she does come with a visor, as you can see, and that just pops right off, but you can see her face right there. The pink one actually does come with a pink visor. I just lost mine. I don't know if it fell out of the package. When I actually opened this one, this was actually not in the specific spot on the bubble that this was designed for. It actually fell down into a gun section. So when you open this up, guys, definitely be careful so that no pieces get lost. But as you can see, though, the figure is just absolutely wonderful. Get her arm down out of the way. And I mean, wonderful detail on here. The absolute coolest part are these legs are actually die cast. That's right, metal. Real metal there, guys. Really, really real metal. And there's some really nice detail in there. You can see on the inside there of the rims, I guess you could call them. You can kind of see brake pads in there as well. Just so much detail. You can see the brake pads a little bit better there. There's some like pistons inside there as well. I mean, absolute wonderful detail all the way throughout this. I mean, you got some nice silver paint right up on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Simply stunning. This thing is really, really, really grown on me. Now, in terms of her accessories, as you can see, a lot of the parts that actually are on here come apart, like I said, and formed this sniper rifle. So it's absolutely awesome that in vehicle mode, these all store somewhere. As you can see, you got a real nice kind of scope right up there in the top. You actually can fold these down. They go down on an angle, and now you can prop it up like it's a sniper rifle. I mean, that's just wicked cool. And then you got a magazine right there, and then you can fold this up again and leave it like that if you really want to. Really nice long barrel, very cool on this. Now, in terms of her other accessories, they all stored in robot mode when they're not in use right here on the back. You can slide these out. They're holstered in there. They actually kind of tab in there. And both figures come with weapons, obviously, such as this. This is the blue version of the sword. Very, very cool. The translucent blue on here is absolutely beautiful. I mean, that just stands out nicely. Got some nice silver detail on there as well. Both of those have that. And then also pegging in on the side. And these are actually kind of a pain in the butt to get out. She's actually got two of them. Let's see if I can pop this one out. They slot in there really hard. She comes with 2 laser pistols that she can hold in either hand. And we'll get into the articulation stuff in a little bit, but this thing is ridiculously well articulated. So there's that. Then I can take this hand here. I can put her sword in there, and you can have her blasting, having her sword, really whatever you want to do. I mean, there's just so many weapons and so many accessories with this. It's a wonderful, wonderful figure. And all those accessories just help to accentuate it and really kind of give you a lot of versatility and play factor with it. I'm gonna kind of put these back in here just so get them out the way, and they just snap in just like so. That one's actually tough. And then, like I said, little holsters, swoop, shoop, just down like so. But overall, though, I mean, this robot mode really is substantially better than I ever thought it would be. Now, in terms of her articulation, her head is on this ball joint, so we get a nice range of motion, up, down, left, right, really kind of whatever you want to do. The arms here, kind of get these out of the way. The arms at the shoulder here are ball jointed. They also rotate at the upper part of the bicep. They bend here at the elbow. They actually move forward and back like that at the wrist, and they also rotate at the wrist, so wonderful articulation there. Now her waist does, well, no, it does, I apologize. Her waist rotates, and also she has an ab crunch, so a lot of posability there as well. The legs here, these they're on just swivel joints, but good range of motion. They also rotate here at the upper part of the knee. They also bend at the knee, so good range of motion there. The foot here is on a little pivot, and then these little bits right here, you can position these really kind of how you want. It's part of the transformation, so you do have to do a little bit of finagling to get her to stand really kind of well, because these back spurs or whatever, they kind of hang out a little bit too far back, so you may have a little bit of a hard time getting her to balance, but once you do, she balances perfectly fine, and you can see she stands very well, except for that time. She stands very well, so there's no problems really with that at all. So articulation wise, top notch on this. I mean, really very impressive. It's astonishing to me how well engineered this really is.
Transforming the Motobot back into the motorcycle mode is actually probably the most difficult of the transformation sequences. First, what you want to do, just come around here to the back, and I'm going to remove these little back pieces, set those off to the side, just like so. Slide out these swords, untab this, pull that out, put that over there, and that detached, but we need to do that anyhow, so there you have that. Then preparing these, just slide these through here, fold that back down, do that on this side as well, slide that out, fold that piece back down. You can just set these off to the side. Yeah, you're just gonna set all that stuff out to the side. You're gonna take apart this gun. Now, this, I'll show you where this is supposed to go, but it really kind of is a pain in the butt to actually do. And then you're just taking all this stuff apart, just like that. Fold this. No, the little ring came off. There we go. Take that off. That's supposed to stay on there. Oopsie. So put that right back there. And then you got that. Fold this. So you want to have the small pegs here, so that you can use those later on. I'm gonna set that off to the side. And coming to the actual figure, just take the head, squish those little ears in so that they're hidden inside the head now. Kind of straighten these out, fold that bit back down, pull this back just like so, and then lift this up just like that. Kind of keep these arms down, just makes it a little bit easier. This section right inside here, this little piston, pull that out just like so. Then take this entire section here on her head and rotate this all the way around so it's upside down now. Come around here to the front, rotate these arms outward just like that, and then you're going to swivel them back all the way, and then they kind of sort of line up with a groove right up in here. Zooming in so you can see that, you can see where that lines up and then just kind of rests right inside there. And I'm going to do that on this side as well. Kind of straighten that out, keep them like this, and then what you need to do is you need to make sure that the hands are actually rotated inward. Oops, that probably wasn't supposed to happen. So, and then take this section right here, and you're going to fold this bit here. Set that down there. You're gonna fold this bit out like so. This is going to be the seat, and then you're going to slide these inside here, and she's going to hold it through the bottom of her hands.
So that's what you basically are left with. Take this section here, fold that back down. Once you have it like this, rotator here at the waist, just like so. And then all of this is going to collapse in on itself here. You kind of separate this, keep that down and out of the way. This is really kind of a pain in the butt, but you need to make sure that you get this section right here towards the front of the actual motorcycle area. There you go. Fold that down. That locks into place, and now you have it like so. And like I said, that section is perfectly lined up for the transformation later on so that you can plug everything together. Now this part here, this is where you're supposed to take this little bit right here, and this is supposed to just kind of slot up inside here, but it doesn't stay there very well. There's no real way to tab it in there, and I just don't like it going up there. I actually prefer to show it where I had it before, and I'll show that again. I think it looks better that way, but that's just personal opinion. Rotate these up just like so, spin them around at both sides, then bring these together just like that, again on both sides like so, and then rotate these around towards the back. Now this is part where it's going to get a little bit complicated. Like I said, this section here will not rotate unless you give this a good solid push up into this cavity. And it's kind of hard to do. Did I get it actually? I don't think I actually got it. Let me try that again. There we go. And that piece popped off. And then you'll be able to rotate this around, and I'm just going to rotate it without that on there for right now. And then just, if yours popped off, pop it right back on. So there you go. So again, you need to rotate this around, and you're going to see a little nub right on here that's going to fit right between these two silver bits. You need to push it all the way up, kind of rotate this up, and then make sure that that pops into place. You'll know it because it locks, and you'll feel it kind of shift up in there, just like so. And then when you do that, you'll be able to take this section and hopefully not have to remove it, but rotate that around just like so. That will not rotate unless you have that locked into place. So really make sure that that's locked up in there, otherwise you can risk breaking this little piece off, and that would be very bad. And actually you want to leave these angled down. I kept putting them up and that's incorrect, so make sure you leave them angled down like this. And then you're gonna have a little hole on the inside here and a little peg. Bring that up, line that up, just peg that into place just like so. Then you can take this and then you can fold this up if you really want to. I mean, it's entirely up to you what you want to do for that, but there you go. Then take this same section here, and this is going to accordion up and tab into place there. And this, why are you not positioned right? There we go. Okay, there, make sure that you angle that all the way down. So now you have this pretty much done. I mean, this is essentially the look of the entire thing. And then it just comes time where you actually have to piece everything together. So take these swords, and like I said, you want to go in through the top first. Okay, sorry. Actually, you need to fold that down first. God, I'm terrible at this. And then push this in. It's actually a pain in the butt. It really is to get this to slot in there, but once you do, that's going to be lined up just like so. Rotate this around, make sure that this little hole is visible, then do the same on this side. Take this, fold this down, take it over here, slot through the top first, and then through the bottom, giving it a nice push. And once you do, you have that nice and tab through all the way. Set that up, take this, fold this in. All right, there we go. Just like so. And then come around here, and you have a little tab right on the inside here that you can kind of sort of not really see, and you're going to bring it around, and it's going to lock into a section right up in here. So this actually goes over on this side, so bring that up. There you go, stay there. And then this one as well comes around, and then you're going to bring these two halves together, lock those in place. That wasn't supposed to pop off, but that's no big deal. Just like that. Then bring this section right up here, rotate this around, and this is actually going to slot in here on the bottom section. Oops. There's a little tabs right in here that are going to lock in together here on this side, just like so. And do that on this side as well. They just tab in very nicely. Except I'm pulling everything together, or pulling everything apart. There we go. And now you have that nice and positioned properly. Take this, This can go any position you want here on the side. You can put it in on this side, or you can put it on the other side, just whichever works for you. And then this one goes on this side. Yep. Keep that straightened down and tab you in there. And then this little bit right here, like I said, it's supposed to go up underneath here, but it doesn't stay there very well. So I like just plugging it in here on the side. I think that kind of actually looks cool, like so. And then straighten all this out. Make sure everything looks flush, and here you have the Motobot in her actual motorcycle mode. And when it comes down to it, this figure is absolutely fantastic. I could go on and on about all the good things about this, but one of the biggest draws against it is probably going to be the price. At $100 per figure, it's a little bit expensive. Granted, the figure is loaded with awesome accessories, has a tremendous amount of articulation in the figure itself, top-notch quality on it except for the part that kind of separated, but that just plugged back together. And the legs being made out of die cast, at least right here on the side is and the inside as well, is an absolute wonderful touch. All that stuff being said, as I said, it's still $100 per figure. For a collector, I really think that a lot of you guys are going to absolutely love this. But because of the price, it really kind of puts it out of reach for some less than hardcore collectors. In terms of a robot mode, I absolutely love the way that she looks. And this absolutely, without a doubt, in my opinion, is the best version of RC to be displayed on a classic shelves that we've ever gotten. The vehicle mode is absolutely fun. It's a modern look, and it has kind of an alien feel to it, which really works for me. The transformation is actually, like I said, fairly simple to do, but the instructions make it a little bit more harder to understand, so hopefully this video does help you guys out. It's a fun transformation, and you get a nice sense of satisfaction once it's done, but the first few times it's kind of a little bit tricky of a process to really do. So without a doubt, I would recommend this thing all day long. It's just, like I said, a little bit more expensive. But do remember that this is a third-party set, and it's not officially licensed or anything of that nature. But without a doubt, guys, I really think Perfect Effect has done a wonderful job of kind of continuing to evolve their product and keep giving us better and better versions of transforming kind of action figures with each subsequent release. Now right now you can kind of pre-order these from places like Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source, and if you're overseas in the United Kingdom, you can probably get it from Kapow Toys, obviously. And if this is something that appeals to you guys, I would absolutely recommend picking it up. Don't feel bad about it whatsoever. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and hopefully this video has been able to help you with some of the problem areas. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.